Hello Manchester United fans. Welcome to our latest Manchester United transfer news update. Cups of tea from Ronaldo and missing Beckham premier Kath Phipps was one of a kind at Man United. Legendary Man United employee Kath Phipps has died at the age of 85, and her loss will be keenly felt by employees past and present. The depth and warmth of the tributes poured in from the great and good of Manchester United, past and present, showed just what Kath Phipps meant to this football club. It might be one of the biggest football clubs in the world, with tentacles spreading across the globe, but it can also feel like a family at times, and that was the word that features in many of the tributes to 85-year-old, whose death was announced on Thursday. Kath started working at United soon after the European Cup final win in 1968 and spent over 55 years working at the club. She was on site at Carrington a couple of months ago, and for staff and regular visitors, walking into the training ground and not seeing her warm and welcoming presence behind the desk will leave the club with a very different feel. Almost every player who has passed through the club in the past 5 decades has warm words for her. The club was like her family, and she was as close to players of the previous generation as she was to the current group. In a video tribute posted by United, she is seen greeting Andy Cole on his first day at the club, and that routine has been repeated hundreds of times before and since. When new arrivals walked into Carrington, Kath was often the first face they saw. Earlier this year, she was one of the first people to greet Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who had made his way around the training ground after his £1.25 billion investment in the club was confirmed. The stories of her time at the club are also legion, from sifting through David Beckham's never-ending fan mail to getting cups of tea from Cristiano Ronaldo first thing in the morning. In a way, she was often the rock who held the club together and kept that feeling inside Carrington a familial one. One former United employee who will be hit particularly hard by the passing of Kath is Sir Alex Ferguson. They developed a close relationship, and in 2023, she touched on that bond between them. "We always had good banter," she said. "We'd argue like brother and sister at times. He'd shout at me and I'd shout at him. But it was all in good humor laughs. If I had to describe him in one word, I'd say caring. He cares. When my husband passed away, he brought the players to the funeral. It amazed me. He and Kathy Ferguson were so good with me." The affection Kath was held in by everyone associated with United was well known in circles around the club, but it reached a wider audience through the Beckham documentary on Netflix when she appeared as one of the talking heads. She spoke in glowing terms about Beckham, and he spoke reverentially about Kath. It was impossible not to like her. But while she attended, David Beckham says emotional goodbye to heartbeat of Man United, who looked after him. David Beckham has joined the ranks of the numerous former Manchester United players who have paid tribute to much-loved receptionist Kath Phipps after her sad death. David Beckham has paid an emotional tribute to former Manchester United receptionist Kath Phipps after her sad death at the age of 85. United confirmed Phipps' passing on Thursday. She joined United in September 1968 as a switchboard operator and went on to work for the club for over 55 years in a variety of roles. She became beloved by players and staff after taking on the role of training ground receptionist, giving regulars a cheery welcome. In 2022, she was recognized by the League Managers Association with a Service to Football award. Beckham was just one of the many players who was greeted by Phipps on a daily basis. Following the news of her death, the legendary former England captain delivered an emotional goodbye message. "Forever in our hearts. The first and last face I would always see was Kath sat at reception at Old Trafford waiting to give me my tickets for the game. She was the heartbeat of Manchester United." He wrote on Facebook, "Everyone knew who Kath was and everyone adored her. I moved up to Manchester at 15 and Kath made a promise to my mum and dad. I'll look after your boy for you, don't you worry. And from that first day till the last day I spent with her, that's exactly what she did. Old Trafford will never be the same without your smile as we walk through those doors. We love you." United announced Phipps' death in an emotional message to supporters. The Red Devils hailed her outlook on life, which embodied the atmosphere that underpinned the club. A statement read, "We are deeply saddened to announce the passing of our beloved colleague Kath Phipps at the age of 85. An omnipresent figure at Manchester United. Kath came to embody the familial atmosphere underpinning the club's culture. If Kath ever had a bad day, she never brought it to work. Her positive attitude helped set the mood for everyone entering the training ground, always ready to lend an ear and offer words of encouragement to anyone who needed them. Kath was a one-woman institution, whose memory will be cherished by everyone at the club who had the privilege of knowing her. We can't imagine the place without her. Rest in peace, Kath. United icon Wayne Rooney echoed Beckham's message. He said, "The heart and soul of Manchester United. Everything what the club is about. A legend who will be greatly missed. Thanks for the memories, Kathy. Thoughts with family and friends." Man United ready to pay £50 million for signing. Manchester United are sooner rather than later set to go shopping in the sporting CP market. Having poached their manager Ruben Amorim from the Portuguese club, it could now be time for the club to sign some players. Some may call this dealing in bad faith, but it depends on how you want to see it. Managers always love to sign their former players because of the comfort of working with them, and the truth here is that Sporting have a number of talented players. Managers always love to sign their former players because of the comfort of working with them, and the truth here is that Sporting have a number of talented players. Among those, one player who is being linked with the club is the talented teenage sensation Giovani Quenda, and as per Team Talk, Man United have set aside cash and are ready to pay £50 million to sign the talented Portuguese starlet. The 17-year-old made a name for himself playing under Amorim at Sporting CP. His impressive performances playing at wingback earned him a call-up to Roberto Martinez's senior Portugal squad, and it is only a matter of time before he breaks through. Quenda is versatile and can play both at wingback and on the wings. He is capable of playing a similar role to the one that Amad Diallo has played in these early days under Ruben Amorim during his early days at the club. Spending the amount of money mentioned above for a player of Quenda's talent won't be such a bad thing. In fact, Manchester United will be investing good money in a player Amorim knows very well and has a very high ceiling. It remains to be seen how the future plays out for Giovani Quenda. The teenager would be a good addition for Man United, and let's wait and see how it pans out. Ruben Amorim eyeing Bayern Munich's Konrad Laimer to add solidity to Man United's midfield. Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim has been rotating the squad around, trying to manage minutes, and while also gauging whether the current set of players can cope with his demands moving forward. Christian Eriksen, who started the first game under the new coach, has not played since, and rumors have swirled around a January exit with Celtic and Fenerbahce among the interested parties. The Dane's current deal ends in 2025, and the former Sporting Lisbon boss is open to his departure with a new deal unlikely. Casemiro is also in the same boat, and his time at the club is also likely coming to an end. The Portuguese tactician has already instructed Ineos to sign a couple of midfielders, and Sky Germany have claimed on their transfer update show segment that the Red Devils are interested in Konrad Laimer of Bayern Munich. The Old Trafford side signed Matthijs de Ligt and Nusser Mazraoui from the Bavarian Giants in the summer, and Amorim now wants the Austrian to follow suit. The 27-year-old is a midfielder with a great engine but has mainly been used as a right-back at Bayern. He has started only thrice in the Bundesliga under Vincent Kompany. United could offer him regular minutes and the chance to stake his claim in the middle of the park with his versatility, a bonus for Amorim. He has a current market value of €30 million, something that would not be a problem for the club to pay next summer if Amorim deems hit fit for his style. No interest in leaving. However, Bild have revealed that the former RB Leipzig star is happy at Bayern and has no interest of leaving, with his current deal valid until 2027. According to Sport Bild information, Laimer feels comfortable in Munich and is currently not even thinking about a change. Although he is not an undisputed regular player at Bayern, he still gets playing time and impresses as Mr. Reliable. Laimer's contract in Munich runs until 2027. He is unlikely to be the next Bayern player to leave for the time being. For now, Amorim has favored Bruno Fernandes playing in a deeper role alongside Manuel Ugarte, with Kobbie Mainoo likely to be the preferred choice once he regains full fitness. Ruben Amorim makes request as star leaves door open for move. Manchester United transfer news as Ruben Amorim eyes a new forward at Old Trafford, while a defender keeps the door open for a possible move to the theatre of dreams in the future. Manchester United's time under Ruben Amorim has got off to a stuttering start as they return to Premier League action once again. Friday will see the Red Devils undertake their final preparations ahead of facing Nottingham Forest, with some valuable time on the training pitch for Amorim to continue to relay his philosophy. The 39-year-old will hope to bounce back from defeat against Arsenal, but the Midlands opposition could prove a tough foe and sit 3 points ahead of United. With each day that passes, the January transfer window grows ever closer and speculation continues to build over Amorim's first opportunity to sign players of his own, should the club permit it. Mirror Football takes a look at some of the latest transfer news around the club. There have been no shortage of players linked with United since Ruben Amorim's arrival. A new forward has been on the agenda with Victor Gyökeres's name mentioned on more than one occasion. Despite the new United boss already seeing goals from Joshua Zirkzee, Rasmus Højlund and Marcus Rashford, it remains a forward that appears to be under consideration. Amorim has made a request to sign a player from the Portuguese league, according to reports. The 39-year-old coach hopes to sign Porto star striker Samuel Omarodian. Amorim is said to have followed the 20-year-old during his time in Spain, before his summer transfer to Porto. A £50 million fee has been touted to seal a deal. In the quest to secure another left-sided defender, Manchester United have cast their net wide and are interested in landing AC Milan star Theo Hernandez. The French star is set to see his contract expire in 2026 and has yet to reach a breakthrough with the Serie A side, with few opportunities remaining to sell the player for a fee. It is reported that Hernandez has not rejected any interest in him outright and remains open to an exit from the San Siro. United will be encouraged they are likely able to offer a salary that is greater than that of Milan, and it is the financials of a deal said to be posing a problem between parties in Italy currently. Another defender said to be on United's shortlist is Alphonso Davies. The Red Devils look to be facing defeat in any bid to sign the Canada international. Davies had been linked to joining Real Madrid upon the expiry of his contract with Bayern Munich. The 24-year-old's deal runs until the end of the season, and the fullback had seen talks with the Bundesliga giants struggle to bear fruit. Now, Sky in Germany report that Davies is more likely to come to an agreement than to depart Germany. Negotiations are ongoing, but Bayern are said to have found a breakthrough, with Davies making concessions over his salary. More talks are expected before